Hello humans. Today I wanted to talk about this guy right here. So I recently ended up going to House of Knives and I picked up a couple of new toys. This one here is the Kizer. It does not have the name on it. That's interesting. New Kizer knife designed by Dirk Pinkerton. So it has two boxes, this outer box, which is nice cardboard, easy to burn, easy to recycle, what have you, and this slightly nicer inner box, which is a textured cardboard, and a massive chunk of plastic. If there's anything else in there, like absolutely huge. Bag, I got the display model, it was the last model they had available, so it is already out of its bag technically. It's got this neck carry sheath with this sort of, it's not paracord, it's basically shoelace by the feel of it anyways. You've got this microfiber cloth, your instruction, you've got a sticker for the Kizer Swags chili pepper, which is this absolutely gorgeous aluminum and button lock knife that they make. I gotta get my hands on that someday. That's a cool looking knife, and I'm super, like, I like this sticker. That's a nice sticker. You also just get what appears to be a Kizer sticker. I hope this is a sticker. Does it break in the middle? Nope. I think it's a sticker. Let me just see if I can get the corner to pull up or something. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it is a sticker. So you get a chili pepper sticker and a Kizer sticker. And you get the Kizer roadmap, all the pretty colors on one side. It's this plastic paper. I still think that you could use up so much less space if you were to take like usage and care, put it underneath the thank you, move around like you're worn. Like this, there's a better way of organizing this and using both sides instead of having all these images on the other side. This is a massive waste of this like plasticky paper. Like you can't even burn this. It's garbage. And the bottom half of the box. So the reason why I didn't immediately complain about the plastic, I'm not a huge fan of the little poo bag, but is actually because of what they're doing. So Kizer has this modus operandi of just making the same size box for pretty much everything that they can fit into that size of a box, and then using a piece of plastic in order to fit the knife on the inside of it, which means that they end up producing less waste. Like they don't need a new factory, or they can just make the same box over and over again. No new need for tooling, no new need for this, that, and the other thing, except for these little plastic pieces, which on balance saves them a little bit of money, whatever, good for them. More importantly, does end up producing less waste. So then we have this Kizer, oh yeah, it says on the blade, rocker, designed by Dirk Pinkerton. This is a very, very tiny knife. 2-finger grip, D2 in my card. It's got like this rest on the bottom of it, so like you can sort of have 3 fingers, but not really. It really and truly is a 2-finger grip. It's got a flat grind that only goes, it's not a very, very thick knife either, but it's got a flat grind that goes like 1/4 of the way up the blade. It comes to a fairly nice final cutting bevel. It comes with this Kydex, I believe, sheath, some type of thermomolded plastic sheath, which clips in, good retention. It doesn't have a drain hole in it, which I would like to see, especially for something that is neck carry. But I guess because it is designed for neck carry, you're supposed to be holding it upside down, so any water will drain out the bottom rather than staying in. You've got a nice space to push with your thumb. Hold on, I want to see just how far this flies. It's a little bit hard to get when I'm holding it like this because yeah, that just flies right off. It's a little bit hard to get if you're just holding the sheath with your hand, trying to do it one-handed. With 2 hands, it's quite a bit easier. It's not too bad. It is entirely belly. It has a fairly inaccessible tip, actually. If you were to hold this knife normally, you cannot use this tip at all. If this is my cutting surface, I gotta go like this to get to it, which is a very, very uncomfortable angle for your wrist. You can dig a little bit with the tip if you're going backwards, but that's a little strange. And if you're using your lead finger and sort of holding it like this, you can use the tip, but really and truly, this is designed so that you use that belly of the blade, which is actually what I got it for. I recently started experimenting with leather work in order to make sheaths, or more accurately, I guess, scabbards, and having this large amount of belly in a fairly natural position to use is really, really nice for slicing through leather or other tough materials. And with the D2 tool steel, it's not the most premium steel in the world, but it is definitely an upgrade over a lot of other things, and it will hold an edge very, very well. I have some complaints about D2, mostly on the fact that I have a hard time carrying it in folding knives because it will patina so easily, or more accurately, it will rust so easily, and it takes a little bit more effort to get it to do a patina rather than a rust. Not the end of the world, especially on a fixed blade with a sheath like this, because there shouldn't be any moisture getting to the blade at all anyways. Full tank construction, because obviously you're going to go out in the bush and absolutely destroy this thing. I was told that this was originally designed as a skinning knife. It is a little bit small for that, in my opinion. It's a little bit uncomfortable to hold on to, but you could get around ribs or something like that on a smaller animal if you had to. Overall, I believe I paid... Did it say on the box? No. I believe I paid in and around 70 Canadian dollars for this, which you're not getting very much knife for your money. But if this is a style that you can use, it is a very, very good use of $70-ish, which holds its value. It does have a sharpening trowel on the bottom, which is interesting on a blade like this. But it has it if you don't want to be sharpening right down across the bevel immediately. I guess it holds value. I'm not against it being there, but it has no use to me. My Micarta feels good. It's got 2 screws. Yeah, it is quite small. Some quick size comparisons. We're going to start off with the Wee Banter and the Civivi Chevalier. As you can see, it is smaller than the blade on the Civivi Chevalier and not tons bigger than the blade on the Wee Banter. We can also compare it to a Zippo and a Buck 110. Buck 110 I would consider to be a fairly large knife. It keeps going back. I would consider to be a fairly large knife, and again, the rocker is smaller than the blade. It has a slightly larger footprint than the Zippo, but it is actually no wider. It's about the same width as the Zippo is, as you can see there, which is quite nice. For a little micro fixed blade, if you are going to carry a fixed blade as an everyday carry item, it is quite a good size for that. The neck sheath keeps it fairly out of the way, and it does have enough in order to open packages or do what most people do with an everyday carrying knife. If you're doing a more dedicated hunting trip, I don't necessarily see the value in this. If you're just going for ultra lightweight, you can get things with a longer blade and a little bit less handle. If you're going folding, something along the lines of a Benchmade. I mean, obviously the Narrows is insanely expensive, but even if you were to get like the tagged out, the weight would be fairly comparable, especially with the sheath. But it is a nice little package. It is fairly well made, and for the money, I am beyond happy with this. Like I said, I'm going to end up using this. I'm probably not going to carry it very much, but it's a nice little knife to have lying around. Stay safe and have fun out there, guys. Peace.